Okay, guys, this is Jacob Schmidt with DeerHuntingSchool.com. I'm just going to tell you about a little hunt that me and my wife went on yesterday. It was opening weekend of rifle season, guys, and I was watching all these people head down. Me and her had a marriage conference we went to, so we didn't do any hunting, which I don't really do any gun hunting anyways. But some reason I just had an itch. I just wanted to go gun hunting. Okay, so this little picture here, it's on public land. I'm just going to kind of show you what we got. But anyways, me and her, so I said, well, you know what, it'd be nice to I'll take her and I can set her up because she likes to bow hunt too. But her chances of killing a deer with a bow until she gets better with it, are a lot less than mine. Not that she's can't kill one, because she certainly can. She can shoot better than a lot of men that I see, but she hasn't hunted a whole lot. She hasn't killed very many deer, so she just she doesn't have the experience, you put it like that. But anyway, so me and her decided to go hunting. Guys, we pulled up in this area. It's a huge area, hundreds and hundreds of thousand acres, just massive woods. And the area that I actually had in mind, we headed back in there, and where I was going to put her, there was a guy set up fairly close to there, so I was going to take her all back in the woods quite a bit further and then set her up, which was really nice. But she said she didn't really want to hunt that far back for a couple reasons. One, I only have one buck tag left. It was down a pretty good hill, so either I had to buck hunt, and I had told her I really didn't want to buck hunt this area. I have another area that I've never hunted that I'm going to start scoping out and actually setting up and figuring out how. But anyways, make a long story short, so I told her I was going to shoot a doe, and she said, well, she really didn't feel like helping me drag a doe out of the woods that far. So that was completely understandable. I understood that. So I said, well, I have one more spot in mind, and what had actually, I seen it, and we had hunted it before, and what had actually happened 2 years ago, guys, they took and logged this area here I'm fixing to circle. This patch of woods here, they actually logged it 2 years ago. Actually, they logged it not last spring, but the spring before. And it had grew up, was really nice. Deer was using it very heavily as a food source. But apparently sometime really soon, they had, I'm going to redraw that. They had, sometime really recently, they had burned it in preparations to replant it. So this area here was absolutely nothing but dirt. I mean, there was no greenery, dirt and ashes. And when me and her was driving down the road here, we had seen some guys down here hunting orange. Okay, we had seen two guys hunting here, and my idea was to hunt because they had left this creek. And guys, this is a huge thicket here. This is a massive thicket where it had been cut a long time ago. Okay, this is a massive thicket. So what the idea was to hunt. Like I said, there was two people hunting here. So we figured there was nobody over here hunting. They were parked right here. We come up, parked right behind them, come and went this direction. I actually set my wife up right in here, looking into this creek. She's actually setting out in the middle of nothing. Because the reason for that was the wind direction was coming like this, and it was a hill, so the terrain was changing the wind direction and blowing it a lot. But anyways, her scent was going out into this area that the deer just were really not going to be. They could come, but not really. But anyways, guys, just to make this a long story short, I set her up, walked 200 yards, and there's two people hunting. So I kept on going. I went a long ways, and I set up somewhere down in here, wherever, somewhere down in here. But guys, the thing is every single where we went, anywhere there was people hunting. I'm talking unbelievable. This was a Sunday. A lot of the people had already went home, guys. And I was sitting on a deer stand, knew that our chances of seeing deer was almost none. There was so much human scent in this area here. There was so much human scent in this area that a deer coming through there, almost no chance of it whatsoever. So we didn't see a deer, but anyways, come home, and actually I was just thinking about it, and guys, this type of place right here, knowing that all that human pressure and stuff is on them deer, if all that human pressure was to stay on them deer, guys, I have some strategies that I use, and it just kind of make me smile. I'm not going to hunt the area, but just kind of far away. A lot of gun hunting. I like to bow hunt. But I do hunt it every now and then. Me and my wife and kids, we hunt it every now and then. It's a pretty good place to hunt. But guys, I just kind of smiled because I have strategies that I use that I teach in the finding and hunting pressure mature nocturnal rutting bucks on public land that makes it absolutely easy to know where the deer are. It's that simple, and I just smile about it because, guys, there are in areas like this, everybody is piled up in one area, and the strategies and the things that I teach in that course, I just smile and just kind of grin and almost brought me to a giggle because of the strategies that I use are the reason that I get on and see so many deers and things. Now, my wife, she doesn't like to walk a long ways in the woods, and what had messed us up in, of course, this hunt was there was somebody set up in the spot I was going to put her, and then I was going to go way back in there, and of course, neither one of us really felt like dragging a deer out a long ways, but anyways, so, just talking about this hunt, I know that this is, what me and her done. Guys, there were so many people hunting. My wife was actually aggravated. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They get aggravated, frustrated, because it's just overwhelming to go in the woods and there's people everywhere. I mean, you're hunting with a gun and there's people 200 yards from you this direction, 200 yards from you that direction, 200 yards from you that direction. And you just know that the chances of a deer coming through is nil. I think we heard 3 gunshots that were that whole evening. Not that there wasn't deer there. There were deer, guys. This is a creek that runs down through here. Right here. This is a creek. And it actually has water in it. And there were deer tracks. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, you've seen them deer tracks. You think, oh my gosh, these deer are going to come. But our strategy was because of the wind direction. The actual strategy. So, watch this. You're going to learn something here. The actual wind direction was blowing like this. Okay, and this is a valley. So the actual wind direction is coming and carrying scent down this valley, which, I mean, I know it's kind of wrong, but our purpose was to get upwind of these guys and let our scent go back towards them, and use this huge open area of dirt as a area that our scent could go into to hunt that. And that was the strategy. But the problem was there were so many people here that me and her, the way we set up, let our scent come out into this area and let the deer come down, that if the deer were to move out of this huge grown-up clear cut that is about 10 foot tall of solid thicket, that if the deer were to move, they're very likely, with all the hunting pressure, to come out and head upwind and use their nose as a barrier and come up this creek and feed through these hardwoods that were up and down this creek. But because there were me and her there, and then you've got these other people that had no idea of what the wind were. They were actually, the other two people, they're actually setting on the creek. Same with these two guys here. They were setting on the creek. And in that creek being a valley, and I teach this in the hunting the wind course, if you can really understand it real well, because they're in that valley, their scent is just going back and forth up and down that creek, which is eliminating any deer movement of any deer that has any sense. Maybe a button buck may come down through there or something, but other than that, I mean, there's probably not a deer going to come down through that creek because of the way that their scent is going through that valley that is there without some serious thought on it. And the thermals that were taking effect and things like that evening, it wasn't going to happen. And I knew that when I set up, but the problem was we only had, because the other spot didn't work out, we'd only had about two and a half hours to hunt, so we had to just set up and just cross our fingers and pray to the good Lord that maybe something might work out. I mean, we were just hoping to get lucky. And I had done set my wife up, but before I seen the two people, so I would have had to get her completely set up, go back to the vehicle, and do something completely different. Or we could have went down the creek further and let our scent blow back towards them even, but it was pretty much too late. We just had to do something. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Jacob Schmidt with DeerHuntingSchool.com. Have a good day, and bye-bye.